Close your eyes immediately without hesitation. These words are not symbolic or metaphorical, but a soft directive infused with quiet power. Permit everything around you to pause briefly. Let your shoulders drop. Allow your chest to open freely. Breathe in slowly and deeply, and as you release the breath, allow what once felt impossible to begin revealing itself. You sense the vibration of your phone signaling a message. You open your banking application and gaze upon an unfamiliar number, a sum you have never encountered before, a deposit that appears miraculous yet is not illusion, it is reality. For this very night, you are being taught how to transform rest itself into a gateway through which abundance enters your life. This night marks the moment when financial flow begins moving in your direction. You have endured many restless mornings weighed down by worries of scarcity, obligations, and emotional exhaustion. Day after day, you have followed the same patterns, hoping for change, yet true transformation cannot manifest externally until it first takes place internally. What shifts now is your energetic state. When you fall asleep consumed by fear, the universe reads uncertainty. But when you surrender to sleep anchored in faith, the universe answers with unmistakable signals and opportunities. This evening, you are learning how to yield to sleep in a way that actively calls things forth, engaging the law of attraction, not through anxiety or pressure, but through tranquility, not through deficiency, but through deep certainty. Wealth does not answer frantic pleas. It responds to a peaceful, aware inner voice. You are not inherently lacking, for no human being is born into poverty. We enter life whole and untainted, yet society gradually layers us with limiting beliefs that money must be earned through suffering, that nothing arrives without relentless struggle, and that abundance is reserved for others, not you. These are illusions, restrictive cycles, and learned patterns. And tonight marks the moment they are dissolved. Tonight, you begin the process of reprogramming your inner blueprint, not through force or rigid discipline, but through a power far greater imagination. As Florence Scovel Shinn explained, imagination functions as the brush that outlines the course of your destiny. And in this moment, you are deliberately painting a picture of prosperity. See currency softly cascading over your bed like gentle rain. Do not analyze or question the image. Simply immerse yourself in the sensation. Feel the paper's texture, notice the fresh scent of ink, hear the subtle sound of coins touching the ground. What you are activating is not make-believe. It is the opening of a real, energetic gateway. Each peaceful image your mind forms serves as a directive that the universe immediately starts carrying out. Yet one essential element must be present: the release of doubt. Faith is not merely mental belief. It is the embodiment of certainty lived as though the outcome already exists. Breathe in once more, even more deeply. As the breath moves through, you recognize it not only as oxygen, but as abundance itself flowing into your cells, your bloodstream, and your energetic field. Your frequency begins to shift. You stop chasing money and instead become a magnetic presence that naturally draws it in, because abundance is never hunted. It is welcomed and expressed through being. Everything originates with how you choose to yield to rest this evening. This is not ordinary sleep. It is an act of trust in the unseen intelligence that organizes all creation. Recall a time when you said, "I don't know how, but something good will happen," and it unfolded just as you hoped. That was no accident. your spoken word unlocked a pathway. Now you are learning to speak such keys intentionally each night before rest, consciously releasing outdated thoughts and patterns from your mind. You are letting go of fear, comparison, and guilt in order to step fully into a renewed identity, one who is already prosperous, already living in abundance, and already being approached by opportunities even while resting. Sleep is not a void, it is a creative state. Florence Scovel Shinn explained that the subconscious mind does not interpret humor or exaggeration. It accepts words as absolute truth. This means that if you fall asleep repeating ideas such as, "There's no money, I am unable," or "tomorrow will not change," the universe will faithfully mirror those declarations back to you. However, if as you drift into sleep, you affirm "money looks for me," everything arrives effortlessly, my account grows while I rest, you awaken another principle, the law of immediate reflection. Whatever you sow in consciousness before sleep becomes what you gather upon awakening. The time has come to plant new seeds. This is your first one, a sentence to be spoken tonight, and every night thereafter, money flows to me with joy, ease, and in ever-increasing amounts. Say it gently, sincerely, and from the depth of your heart. Experience this feeling as an unquestionable certainty without hesitation or inner debate. In the worldview taught by Florence Scovel Shinn's spoken words are acts of magic. Faith functions as a binding agreement, and rest itself is a creative force. You are prepared to lie down, already changed, already converted into a powerful magnet for prosperity. Do not withdraw from this moment, because what you are encountering now is not merely a video or a message, it is a true awakening. Close your eyes again, not automatically as you do each night, but deliberately as a sacred and intentional act. Take a deep breath and sense the air as a living fluid energy flowing through your nostrils and expanding throughout your entire being. Imagine that right now, without lifting a finger or leaving your bed, an unseen force has begun arranging circumstances in your favor. You cannot perceive it with your physical senses, yet you are aware of it internally. It manifests as a soft magnetic pull in the center of your chest, a renewed vibration, a deep knowing that arises not from logic, but from the soul itself. Money comes to me while I sleep. For many years, you were conditioned to believe that money must be chased relentlessly, earned through hardship, and obtained only through struggle and sacrifice. Yet Florence Scovel Shinn uncovered an entirely different reality. Money is not something to be fought for or seized. It is something that is received, and its movement always begins with your spoken word. Whatever you declare internally as you prepare for sleep is planted like a seed. Each affirmation repeated in your nightly inner conversation is accepted by the universe as a direct instruction. This is why tonight stands apart from all others, because you now understand that you are not simply going to sleep. You are undergoing transformation. Florence taught that your word functions as a magic wand, and with this understanding comes the realization that no phrase you speak is neutral or without consequence. Each time you say the words, "I don't have," you effectively shut a door of possibility. Every breath taken in discouragement nourishes the unseen force known as scarcity. Today, however, marks the beginning of a new cycle, one in which you no longer need to shout or struggle to be noticed, because the universe does not react to forceful intensity, but to energetic frequency. The vibration of calm, grounded faith is far more powerful than the loud noise of fear. Picture your mind as a radio receiver that throughout the day constantly shifts between countless stations. Concerns, media messages, external judgments, and anxiety dominate the mental airwaves during the day, filling your awareness continuously. Yet at night, you are granted the conscious choice to select a different station, to intentionally tune into the frequency of abundance, and gently surrender to sleep while repeating, "I am ready to receive even while I sleep." This affirmation, though seemingly simple, holds a force far greater than what your physical senses can yet perceive. You are not speaking into emptiness. You are actively programming reality itself. Were you aware that your subconscious mind never sleeps? Even as your body relaxes completely, your inner awareness continues working faithfully, executing the directions you provided just before drifting off. If you fall asleep immersed in fear, your subconscious extends that pattern. If you do so filled with gratitude, it amplifies it. And if you rest while affirming "money seeks me as the river naturally seeks the sea," your subconscious begins clearing obstacles, activating dormant ideas, and drawing toward you people, opportunities, and signals beyond what you previously envisioned. Here lies the greatest secret Florence revealed. You do not need to understand the method by which money will come to you. Your only responsibility is to trust that it is already approaching. The details of how are handled by the universe itself. Your role is to determine the what and the when. What do you choose abundance? When do you choose it now? This level of clarity, though it appears simple, acts as a master key, capable of unlocking doors you were previously unaware even existed. As you sleep, God is at work. As your body rests unseen, pathways are being arranged and aligned. Yet all of this depends on one essential factor: whether you genuinely believe or whether you are only wishing. There is a profound distinction between wanting money and being energetically aligned with it. Wanting arises from a sense of absence from thoughts such as "I do not have," or perhaps "one day," which keep abundance at a distance. Alignment with the energy of money means moving through life as though it is already approaching you. It is falling asleep with the calm assurance of someone who knows that tomorrow holds light and promise. It is resting your head upon the pillow with a gentle smile and repeating an affirmation that resonates inwardly like a mantra: "I do not pursue money. I naturally attract it." For many generations, Hispanic cultures were conditioned to believe that anything of worth must require excessive sacrifice, that value is inseparable from pain, and that rewards can only be earned through extreme effort and hardship. These ideas became deeply embedded across time and tradition. Yet Florence Scovel Shinn dissolves that inherited pattern with a radiant truth. What is yours by divine right comes to you without effort, without confusion, and without doubt. Consider the meaning of this revelation: that money does not have to be painful, that goodness can arrive softly and naturally, and that this very night could be the last time you lie down burdened by concern over a payment or obligation. You may already notice a subtle shift within your body, a gentle tingling in your hands, or a spreading calm within your chest. This is your energetic field responding, because these words are not meant to distract or entertain you. They are meant to activate and realign you at a deeper level. You are undergoing a process of inner reconfiguration. Long-held imposed beliefs spanning decades are being released. You are remembering a fundamental truth: that you entered this world with a divine right to live free from fear surrounding money. If these words resonate within you now, it is not accidental. This message did not enter your life randomly. It is a response to a prayer, an unspoken cry, a troubled thought you recently carried, or a quiet tear that went unseen by others. You are here because the time has arrived. The turning point is now no more nights lost to financial worry. From this moment forward, nighttime becomes the setting for your quiet renewal. Get ready, because in the next section, you will discover the precise method Florence used to plant abundance while sleeping. Don't miss it. What comes next will move you. Florence Scovel Shinn taught that every outer condition is a true reflection of an inner belief rooted deep within. She also taught that every external situation is simply the faithful mirror of a deeply planted internal conviction, regardless of how much effort you make, how much you study, or how often you begin again. If the deep belief remains that you are unworthy of prosperity, life will echo that belief back to you. Even though this can hurt, it can also be freeing, because it shows you that the real work is not changing the outside, but renewing the inside. The best moment for that renewal is not in daytime noise, but in the quiet before sleep, when the mind opens like a sacred book, ready to be rewritten. Picture yourself tonight lying down with calm thoughts, without replaying failures or stressing over unpaid bills. Now you are the one guiding the process. You choose what to plant in your mind, selecting thoughts like, "Money comes to me gently. Everything I need is already on its way. I live in harmony with divine abundance." These are not accidental words. They are quiet keys, sacred codes, and directives to a universe that does not fail. Yet they also demand discipline, focused intention, and unwavering faith. Have you ever thought of someone and then they suddenly show up, or dreamed something that soon became real? That is not magic. It is vibration, the law of attraction in its clearest form. The same law applies to money. When you picture it, give thanks ahead of time, and live as though it is already yours. A shift begins. Opportunities open, the right people come into view, and most surprisingly, prosperity can reach you through unexpected routes. That is why Florence urged, do not concern yourself with the channel. Affirm only the outcome. Yet this is where the challenge appears. Most people stop their manifestation before it has a chance to unfold. How does that happen? Through doubt thoughts, like "this won't work. I wasn't made for this. Maybe it's for others, but not for me." Each negative statement is like turning off a faucet just as the water starts to run. That is why Florence stressed an unseen discipline protecting your mind before sleep, because that is where tomorrow's reality is outlined. In that space, you can either end your miracle or allow it to grow. And with that, we arrive at the first step of the nighttime practice Florence taught her closest students. Before you drift into sleep, place your right hand on your heart and softly say, "I trust completely that the universe has already arranged my perfect provision." Then pause. Do you notice what shifts in your chest as you speak? It can feel like an inner door opens, as if your mind agrees. Yes, this is true. That small act practiced nightly can dissolve years of scarcity beliefs. The second step goes further. Envision your bank account showing the exact amount you desire to see. Don't view it with longing or anxiety. Look at it as though it is already done. How would you react if you saw it right now? Tears, laughter, hugs. Enter that scene fully, because the stronger and clearer the feeling in your visualization, the more deeply it imprints on the subconscious. and the subconscious does not debate or critique. It accepts and acts. The third step, even though it is the easiest, is often overlooked. Give thanks not only for what you currently have, but for what is already on its way. Offer gratitude for the money already traveling toward you, for unseen opportunities that will soon appear, and for guidance coming from above. Florence taught that gratitude in advance is faith activated, and that faith opens banks, removes barriers, and changes lives. You were not brought into this world merely to endure, but to thrive. Pay attention to how you feel now. Your breath steadies and your thoughts become gentler. It can feel as though something ancient is stirring inside you, a sacred memory that always existed even if you lost touch with it. This teaching is not new. It is written into you, part of the spiritual heritage we share as children of a divine mind that desires our growth, not our hardship. And here is what matters most: do not break the pattern. Starting today, let every night become an altar, a sacred moment where you shape your future prosperity. This is not entertainment. It is a discipline, and like any discipline, it requires commitment. But if you do it with sincerity, devotion, and humility, abundance will answer you. It may not happen tomorrow, or even within a week, but a day will arrive when what feels impossible now becomes normal for you. And if these words are stirring something within you, if you sense this is more than a message but a confirmation, then I want to invite you to take a step. Not from a desire for numbers, but from deep trust in the life you are moving into. Subscribe to this channel and leave in the comments an affirmation declaring your new financial reality, right from the deepest part of yourself, as though abundance has already come, as though you have already become the person you once envisioned. In life, we often sense that everything is on the verge of changing, and at that exact moment, an obstacle arises, an argument, an unforeseen expense, troubling news. Then we wonder why this happens just as we are about to achieve something. Florence Scovel Shinn explained this clearly. It is internal resistance, the part of you conditioned for survival and deeply fearful of change, even when that change carries abundance. This resistance is not an enemy, but an inner aspect that has not yet been touched by truth. Reflect on how long you may have repeated beliefs like money is corrupt, wealthy people are immoral, there is never enough. Even though your conscious mind desires prosperity, your subconscious still views money as dangerous. As a result, when a genuine financial change approaches, that old programming triggers self-sabotaging behaviors. Florence taught that true receiving requires healing your inner relationship with money. You cannot draw toward yourself what you secretly fear, reject, or resent. This is where one of the strongest principles of her teaching appears, separating your identity from poverty. Visualizing wealth alone is insufficient. You must stop seeing yourself as limited. Shift the inner story from "I have never had to," "I was created to receive from," "I can't afford it," to "my divine supply never fails." This internal conversation shapes a new identity, and identity is the strongest magnet there is, stronger than any spoken affirmation or decree. Florence reminded us, no matter how long you have walked the wrong road, you can turn around in this very instant. That now is literal. It does not require long preparation, paid off debts, a perfect home, or a fully balanced life. It only requires a decisive emotional choice. From this day forward, I choose to live as someone already moving along the path toward their highest abundance. that decision must be visible in your breathing, your posture, your speech, and your energy. Florence noticed a frequent mistake among her students: spiritual impatience. They expected instant outcomes, and when nothing appeared within days, they gave up. Yet spiritual law does not operate on human timelines. It responds not to speed, but to consistent vibration. When you maintain faith, even when nothing appears to change, you communicate a clear message to the universe: I trust. That level of trust becomes the fertile ground in which miracles grow. Pause and consider, what if tonight, while you sleep, $1 million idea entered your mind? Or if tomorrow someone from across the world contacted you with a life-changing opportunity? Florence taught that answers do not always come as money itself, but as ideas, meetings, and meaningful coincidences. For this reason, it is essential to stay alert to signs, because what you label coincidence is to the universe a fulfilled promise. Never again say, I don't know how to manifest. That statement is misleading, because we are all manifesting constantly. The life you experience today, difficult as it may be to accept, is the result of earlier manifestations, your thoughts, feelings, words, and beliefs. This is not to assign blame, but to return your power to you. If you are able to create all of this unconsciously, imagine what you can create when you do it deliberately, with discipline, and guided by principles like those Florence taught. Now softly repeat these words: I fully accept my new identity as an abundant being. Everything I need is already approaching me. Everything I deserve is finding me. Everything I desire is mine by divine right. Breathe deeply and let these statements settle into your heart. Notice how something within you begins to open, maybe through tears, maybe through laughter. The form does not matter. What you are feeling is the start of an energetic rebirth. Florence also reminded us that often, just before a miracle occurs, chaos increases. Why? Because the old is falling away. Do not interpret this as bad luck. If recently something ended, broke, or disappeared, be thankful it was a structure that could no longer sustain your new reality. Do not hold on or grieve. Create space, because the new needs room and it is already approaching. Prepare yourself, because in the next step, you will learn the 3 words Florence considered the most powerful for dissolving fear and speeding the arrival of abundance. This is not magic, but spiritual force, and its impact is immediate. Florence Scovel Shinn trusted the vibrational power of words not as superstition, but as a spiritual science. She taught that certain phrases can shift your energy instantly, like switching on a light in a dark room. Among all her lessons, there were 3 words she used as protection, as strength, and as prayer. All is well. Circumstances did not matter, nor did the severity of the problem. To Florence, those words affirmed divine order, expressed absolute faith, and embodied quiet spiritual power. When you say all is well, even if your bank account is empty or you are unsure how to pay the rent, you are releasing control, laying down the burden, and affirming, I have done my part. Now I trust the universe to do the rest. That attitude, this deep inner calm, opens doors that desperation never could, because fear constricts while trust quietly moves things forward. Why does saying something as simple as all is well feel so difficult? Because from childhood, we were trained to remain vigilant, to believe that worry equals responsibility. Florence stated it plainly. Worry attracts what you fear. It is a reversed prayer. It is projecting a negative future and calling it realism. Your purpose, however, is not to be realistic, but to be a creator, a channel of life, and a witness to what unfolds when one aligns with truth. So how do you apply these words daily? Florence advised lying down before sleep and gently repeating in your mind, all is well. I am protected. Everything falls into perfect order. Repeat it like an inner song, a vibration flowing through your energy field. And if something unsettles you during the day, return to those words. Say them in front of the mirror, write them down, whisper them upward. They are not just phrases, but keys that calm and simultaneously activate. Now I invite you to recall the last moment you felt financial fear. Bring the scene back, the tightness in the chest, the restless thoughts, the feeling of despair. Now imagine that in that exact moment, someone gazes at you, gently holds your hand, and says, all is well. Everything is already resolved. How would your body respond? How would your breath change? That is the heart of the affirmation, not escape but grounding. Not avoidance, but returning home within yourself. And here is something less widely known. Florence affirmed that what you have not yet received can appear quickly once fear is removed from your path. She called this divine acceleration because true faith is not passive, it is magnetic. When your heart is filled with certainty, time reorganizes itself to support you. Answers that once took months can arrive in days. Doors that were closed open effortlessly. Yet it all starts with a heart released from fear, and that fear fades only when you learn to trust beyond what you can see. If these words are resonating inside you, it is a sign that you are prepared. You have lived for too long beneath the weight of anxiety, and you now see that worry never made you stronger. What approaches is not another season of struggle, but deliberate surrender, not giving up, but wisdom, knowing when to take action and when to allow things to unfold. Tonight, you will permit yourself to rest with an open soul and a peaceful heart, because all is already well. From my heart, I invite you to write one word in the comments, I trust. Write that word not only for your own sake, but also as a gift to anyone reading who needs a small flame of hope, because you are not walking this path alone. Each comment becomes a collective act of faith, and if you have not subscribed yet, do it not to increase a count, but to confirm your commitment to yourself. This space is more than a channel. It is activation guidance and a refuge for those who are awakening. In the next section, we will go deeper. How can you turn an inherited pattern of scarcity into a legacy of spiritual and material abundance? Prepare yourself, because what you are about to learn can change your entire lineage. Many of us live inside stories that never truly belong to us. We inherit sayings, fears, and habits as though they were unquestionable facts. Money is never enough. We weren't meant to be rich. Better a little, but certain. None of those beliefs originated in you. You took them in at home, inhaled them in childhood, and watched them mirrored in your parents' decisions, your grandparents' tears, and the quiet deprivation of those you loved most. Florence Scovel offers a deeply liberating reminder: you are not your past. You are the key that can close it or rewrite it. Imagine your whole spiritual lineage watching you, generations who lived in fear, lack, and struggle, now looking at you with hope, because you are different, because you have awakened, because tonight you are receiving words they never heard. You hold an opportunity they were denied to live abundance as a natural right, not as a privilege reserved for a select few. Florence stated it plainly. Scarcity is not defeated through sheer physical effort, but through a deep shift of mind. It is like an inherited energetic seed that can be severed with one firm decision: I will not repeat this story. Yet saying it once is not enough. Rebuilding is required, selecting new words, new visions, and new emotions. You must learn to see money in its essence. Money is an extension of divine energy, not a punishment, not a toxin, and not a lifelong debt owed to existence. Recall a childhood memory connected to money, one that left a mark, maybe an adult conversation, or the phrase, "we can't pay for that," that made you feel small. Let it rise for a moment and then release it. Imagine it dissolving like smoke and replace it with a new image, you in the present, calm and steady, looking at your younger self and saying, "You don't have to be afraid anymore. We are safe now. Abundance has arrived," because when you change your relationship with money, you transform not only your own life, but also the destiny of your children, your nieces and nephews, and those who come after you. You are creating a new energetic pattern that can be felt even without explanation. You become someone who brings calm into financial conversations, who no longer chases life, who breathes with confidence and rests in gratitude. That energy spreads. That energy becomes inheritance. That energy is a quiet revolution. Florence offered an invaluable tool, the lineage decree. She advised repeating each night before sleep, "I lovingly cut every inherited pact of scarcity. I connect with the divine abundance that flows in me, to me, and for me. I release my ancestors and I release my future. I am ready to prosper." These words are not a hollow ritual. They are a sacred code that, when repeated with intention, awakens what has been dormant. You will sense it in your dreams, your emotions, and your surroundings. Something begins to shift. Can you sense how powerful this truly is? Your bed turns into an altar, and the night becomes an act of liberation. As you practice this, your body restores itself, your mind gains clarity, and your soul expands. Money stops being an adversary and becomes a companion, a resource, an expression of love. And the most beautiful things begin to arrive unexpectedly, with harmony, softness, and meaning. If you feel that this teaching has reached something deep within you, do an act of intention for yourself and for those who come after you. Write in the comments your last name followed by this affirmation: "From me onward, abundance begins." Write it as one who plants seeds, as one who honors their history, but chooses not to relive it. This community will stand as witness. Your words will sprout like seeds in many hearts. Do not stay silent. This is your moment. Stay here, because in the next section, you will learn how the simple practice of speaking to money as though it were alive can permanently change your financial reality. Florence did this, and you can as well. Florence Scovel Shinn did not teach begging for money as if it were charity. She taught forming a relationship with it as with a living presence, with awareness, energy, and intention. She explained that money does not go where it is unwelcome, does not enter places where it is disrespected, and does not stay in hands that condemn it. Money itself is neither good nor evil. It reflects how you feel about yourself. That is why many fail to receive it, not due to lack of worth, but because they unconsciously push it away. Perhaps you once said things like, Money isn't everything I prefer happiness over wealth, or rich people are greedy. Maybe you heard these phrases in childhood and repeated them without reflection. Yet each one sends out a vibrational message. It is as if you were telling money, "Stay away. I don't want you. I don't trust you." And if you were money, where would you choose to go? To someone who welcomes you or to someone who rejects you? Florence understood this well. Money flows to where it is appreciated, respected, and valued. That is why I want to invite you to try something you may never have done before. Speak to money as though it were a trusted friend. Yes, talk to it out loud in private without embarrassment. Say, "Money, thank you for all you do for me. Thank you for coming peacefully. Thank you for helping me support my family, realize my dreams, and serve others." Notice how your energy shifts when fear is replaced with reverence. That single gesture changes everything. Florence taught that every bill, every coin, every number in your account is a physical expression of the infinite, as though the divine were revealing itself in numerical form. Therefore, never give money begrudgingly. Whenever you give, think, "What I give returns to me multiplied many times over." And whenever you receive, affirm, "I am open to receiving more in perfect divine order." This mindful relationship transforms every exchange into a spiritual act. Here we arrive at one of Florence's most powerful practices, the money altar. This is not about worship, but about honor. Choose a small, dedicated space in your home, a shelf, a box, a notebook, and place there an image, a bill, or a symbol representing prosperity. Each night before sleep, spend 1 minute giving thanks for the money you already have and for the money that is coming. This simple habit shifts your energy field and creates a magnetic atmosphere around you. And if today you have nothing, if you do not even have a cent, Florence reminded us, do not judge by appearances. Trust in truth. The truth is that your supply does not depend on the numbers in your account, but on your connection to the source. You can be burdened with debt and still carry the vibration of abundance. You may lack money today and still rest like someone who has already received an unseen inheritance. That faith, this inner stance, is what opens the floodgates. Take a moment to examine your most common thoughts about money. Are they rooted in gratitude or complaint, abundance or scarcity, peace or struggle? Each thought is a seed, and whatever you repeat will multiply. From now on, whenever you think of money, see it, use it, or speak its name, do so consciously, joyfully, and with gratitude, because money responds to that energy. And if you wish to truly begin this new cycle, I suggest a simple nighttime exercise. Write a letter to money as if it were someone you love. Express your feelings, ask forgiveness if you have treated it poorly, thank it for what it has enabled in your life, and open yourself to a renewed relationship. Do not underestimate this act. Some have wept while writing that letter, and soon after received calls, opportunities, or unexpected income. Because when you heal internally, the outer world aligns. Florence affirmed that money does not arrive through logic, but through vibration. Therefore, do not attempt to calculate how it will come. Simply affirm, "I am willing to receive without fear and without limit." That declaration opens a doorway in reality, allowing the unexpected to enter. The universe does not answer begging, it responds to the faith of those who fall asleep, trusting that it is already done. If this teaching has resonated with you, I invite you to write in the comments, "Money, thank you for coming to me with joy." Do this as an act of power, reconciliation, and openness, and do not keep it to yourself. Share this message with someone who needs to heal their relationship with money, because every awakening uplifts the entire family. Stay here, because in the next section, you will learn why words spoken at night carry more power than any daytime affirmation, and how to use them to reshape your reality from your bed. Few people truly understand the force of what they think and say just before sleep. Florence Scovel Shinn explained it with clarity. The moment before sleep is a secret gateway to the subconscious. Whatever passes through it, complaint, fear, worry, or a charged affirmation, continues working quietly all night, planting seeds that will appear in the days ahead. For this reason, she stressed the importance of protecting the final thought of the day as though it were a sacred command. Many people fall asleep with minds full of problems, reliving errors, fearing disasters, and imagining worst-case scenarios, and then wonder why their lives remain unchanged. Florence expressed it this way: if you go to bed with garbage, you wake up with garbage. But if you fall asleep with light, you wake with miracles. It is simple, yet deeply profound. The subconscious does not evaluate, judge, or reason. It merely receives and carries out. Therefore, every word spoken before sleep functions like a code that programs your next day. Many ancient cultures practiced nighttime prayer, not only as devotion, but as mental discipline. They understood what we are now rediscovering, that the mind, just before letting go of the world, opens like fertile ground ready for planting. Whatever you place there, a phrase, an image, a feeling, becomes destiny. Florence translated this ancient wisdom into modern understanding. Nighttime is the most powerful moment to shape your reality. How can you use it wisely? Florence recommended choosing one essential phrase, a core affirmation, simple yet full of faith, that reflects your new identity. It might be, everything I desire is already on its way, or I am surrounded by peace, wealth, and abundance. What truly matters is not the wording itself, but how you speak it, not from lack or uncertainty, but with the inner assurance of someone who has already received, like signing a covenant with the unseen. Imagine that every night as you close your eyes, you speak that affirmation like a sacred breath, not as a duty or mechanical ritual, but as an act of self-love. That phrase becomes an anchor, an inner melody softly repeating through your sleep like a gentle echo within your soul. Without realizing it, you begin to change, releasing, attracting, and magnetizing. Florence also taught a deeper level of affirmation, the language of what is already accomplished. Rather than saying, I want to have money, you say, I feel grateful for all the money I received today. Even if it has not yet appeared, you declare it as already real, because the subconscious does not perceive time and therefore activates the vibration of what is already granted. This is not deception, it is anticipation vibrating in advance. That vibration is irresistible to the universe, and if at first it feels difficult to believe that is okay, faith does not always begin with certainty. Sometimes it starts as a quiet whisper, a tender hope. Florence taught, a spark of faith can illuminate an entire life. For this reason, do not be concerned if you feel awkward, doubtful, or uncertain while repeating your affirmations. Remain, persist, and continue, because what you are doing is a reprogramming deeper than any course book or temporary motivation. Here is an affirmation for tonight. Thank you, God, for this day filled with provision, guidance, and unexpected financial miracles. Repeat it until your body relaxes, fear fades, and a spontaneous smile appears. That will be the sign that you have entered the correct frequency, the state where dreams are not illusions, but realities planted in the unseen. And please, before leaving place, your vibrational imprint write in the comments. Your favorite nighttime affirmation, the one that stirs the deepest emotion, the one that resonates most strongly within you. That small act is a public declaration of your new energetic identity. And perhaps through your words, someone else will find inspiration to change their life. Stay attentive, because in the next section, you will learn how to recognize the signs that your manifestation has already started. Even if money has not yet physically arrived, what you are about to learn can stop you from sabotaging it at the final moment. One of the greatest errors in attracting abundance, according to Florence Scovel Shinn, is assuming nothing is happening simply because money has not yet appeared. That belief desperation, masked as realism, blocks countless blessings every day. Because manifestation does not start with money in your hands, but with signs, subtle shifts in your environment, changes in perception, new emotions that feel unexplained. If you fail to recognize these signs, you may abandon the process moments before the miracle appears. Florence explained it clearly when you declare with conviction and affirm with faith. Before sleep, the universe does not answer. With silence, it answers with motion. Yet that movement may initially appear as discomfort, relationships falling away, doors closing, opportunities seemingly disappearing. To many, this looks like failure. But to one who understands spiritual law, it is purification, it is space being created, it is the signal that something greater is on the way. Did you know that one of the earliest signs of a vibrational shift is feeling different in familiar environments? Suddenly, certain conversations feel draining. Some people exhaust you in situations you once accepted, now feel uncomfortable. Nothing is wrong with you, you are awakening. Your frequency is rising. That discomfort is not regression, but adjustment. It is the calibration that comes before a renewed life. Another sign Florence taught to notice is an increase in meaningful coincidences, repeating numbers, words that answer your thoughts. People mentioning exactly what concerns you. Unexpected messages arriving. These are not coincidences. They are echoes of your affirmations taking form. They are confirmations that the energetic field is reorganizing to bring you what you requested. But be cautious, many people halt their manifestation at this stage. When they see no change in their bank account or face an unexpected expense, frustration arises, faith collapses, and they give up, emitting a contradictory vibration. Since the universe responds to coherence, the process stops. That is why Florence said, "The miracle comes to the one who does not change their affirmation, even when everything around them appears to contradict it." This is true spiritual power, maintaining faith even when there is no visible evidence. I invite you to try something radical this week. Each time doubt arises, smile. Not because everything is solved, but because you trust that everything is being arranged. Use this affirmation as protection. I do not understand what is happening, but I trust it is part of the process. This attitude transforms everything. It reflects a mature soul, an awakened mind, and a heart prepared to receive. That attitude awakens miracles. Another strong sign is the arrival of ideas, proposals, or paths you never considered before. Do not dismiss them out of fear. Remember, money does not always come in the form you expect. Sometimes it arrives disguised as a challenge, an uncomfortable proposal, or an unfamiliar opportunity. If your soul expands at the thought even while your mind hesitates, that is guidance and confirmation. Do not ignore it. Ask yourself, does this bring me closer to the life I desire? If the answer is yes, take the step forward. And if at any point you feel that nothing is changing, look instead at what has already shifted inside you. You are more aware, more sensitive, more attentive. You hesitate before complaining and find yourself blessing what you once criticized. That is transformation, that is progress, that is a sign. Even if the deposit check or contract has not yet appeared, you are already becoming the person capable of holding that abundance, because money cannot transform your life unless your inner world transforms first. I invite you to write the following phrase in the comments as a vibrational testimony. I am already receiving signs. I am ready for more. Write it with strength, confidence, and joy, like one who witnesses rain after many years of drought. Because this community is more than words, it is vibration activation, a gathering of souls committed to awakening. Stay here, because in the next section, you will learn to unlock what Florence called your specific channel of wealth. Not everyone attracts money in the same way, and once you discover your channel, abundance begins to flow naturally. Florence taught that every person has a specific channel of provision, a unique path through which money and opportunities move with ease without resistance. Yet most people spend their lives forcing the wrong doors, attempting to manifest through what they believe they should do rather than what their soul was meant to express. This misalignment restricts abundance not because of inability, but because they move against their own design. Perhaps you have worked tirelessly, studied extensively, and explored many directions, yet something within still feels unsettled, as though an essential piece is missing. This is not failure. It is a signal. It is your inner channel gently saying, "This is not the path." Florence taught that the first step in opening your wealth channel is to pay attention to what brings you joy, not only what produces money, because money flows more freely along the paths where your soul reaches its highest vibration. Remember during which moments in your life did you lose track of time? What activities energize you rather than exhaust you? What do you do naturally with ease and skill? There lies your channel. It is not just talent, it is vibration. Florence often said that where there is joy, there is provision, not because it is effortless, but because joy signals alignment, and in that alignment, the universe cooperates freely. Many believe there are only two options: to work solely for money or to follow passion and struggle financially. Florence disproved this belief through her own life. She supported herself through her art, her writing, and her teachings, not by chance, but because she discovered her channel, honored it, and trusted it. You can do this as well, but it requires surrendering to your inner truth, stopping the imitation of what works for others, and beginning to uncover what you were meant to express. Florence shared a specific prayer to open the true channel, simple yet immensely powerful. I command the perfect channel of my wealth to open now. I recognize it, I accept it, and I follow it with joy. This affirmation carries surrender clarity and motion. It does not suggest passive waiting, but rather awakening your inner awareness, observing the days ahead attentively, and noticing what ignites your spirit, not merely what fills your wallet. Once you discover your channel, whether it is speaking, teaching, writing, creating, guiding, or building, the next step is to offer it to the world with excellence. The universe responds to value delivered, not to price hours worked or effort alone, but to the impact created. When you serve through your true channel, you act with authenticity. Ask yourself, are you expressing your essence without fear? Or are you hiding, waiting for permission? Many people stay for years in jobs that drain their soul out of fear of losing security. Yet Florence affirmed true security comes from the spirit, not from a salary. When you align with your channel, even if it initially feels uncertain, resources begin to arrive, allies, ideas, and clients emerge because the universe recognizes alignment and supports those who choose to live from the soul. I invite you to ask yourself honestly, am I earning money from my true channel or from fear? There is no judgment, only clarity. Even a small shift can change everything, and you do not need to leave everything behind at once. One step a day toward your truth, a post, a conversation, a proposal, an act of courage is enough. The rest will fall into place. And if you have already heard that inner call but have not yet dared to act, this moment is for you. I invite you to write what you believe your channel is. Write it like someone planting a seed. My channel of wealth is, and complete it with your truth. Even if it is not fully clear, express it as you perceive it now, because naming it begins its activation. Stay close, because in the next section, you will discover how Florence transformed negative thoughts into gateways of abundance through a little-known principle, the spiritual inversion of thought. Once you learn it, nothing will stop you. Florence Scovel Shinn understood a spiritual law few are willing to practice. Every negative thought contains the seed of its positive opposite. Each time you think of scarcity, life is inviting you to transform that energy into abundance. Every fear is a signal, every doubt an opening, every complaint a guidepost. When you learn to invert a thought, you do more than dissolve it, you transform it into strength. She called this the law of vibrational reversal and taught that the universe responds not to words alone, but to the emotion behind them. That is why a thank you spoken in anger has no power, while surrender spoken in faith can move mountains. So what should you do when negative thoughts attempt to trap you? Florence proposed a simple yet deeply transformative practice. Invert the thought the moment you become aware of it. For example, if the thought, "I don't have enough" appears, pause and declare, "This is a sign that I am ready to receive more." If "This is too hard" arises, respond, "I am learning to receive with ease." And if "This doesn't work for me" comes up, transform it into, "I am being prepared for a miracle I do not yet understand." This act may seem small, but each time you practice it, you train your vibrational field to respond in a new way. Florence taught something even deeper. Negative thoughts are not enemies, but raw material, dense energy waiting to be directed. By redirecting this energy, you do not suppress it, you transform it. It is like turning lead into gold. Florence viewed negative emotions as misdirected energy, not something to deny, but something to use as spiritual fuel. Fear into vision, envy into inspiration, scarcity into gratitude. Practice this now. Think of the limiting belief that has followed you most closely. Perhaps money is always hard for me, or I have no luck, or I wasn't meant to be rich. Breathe, feel it one final time, and then invert it. Use Florence's formula. I no longer accept this belief. I surrender it to the divine and choose to believe that, and complete it with a new truth. This decree is not symbolic. It is a real act of vibrational liberation. She often reminded us every word spoken with faith is an order to the universe. That command affects not only your mind, but also your environment. As your language changes, you begin to attract new people, unseen opportunities, and ideas that once felt inaccessible because renewed thought reshapes physical reality. This is not illusion, it is fundamental cause. By transforming your inner world, you reprogram the outer one. Another powerful practice Florence recommended was to write down each recurring negative thought during the day, and next to it write its opposite affirmation, not as punishment, but as discipline, as mental hygiene. She affirmed that in the same way you cleanse your body daily, you must also cleanse your mind. Everyday residues, complaints, news, and the words of others, if not released, become mental programming. You deserve to live from your own truth, not from burdens inherited from the past. And if doing this exercise alone feels difficult, write it here in the comments. Bring forward the belief you want to release and consciously replace it with its opposite. For example, I once believed I would never have enough. Now I know the universe always provides abundantly. By declaring this, you liberate not only yourself, but also others, because someone reading your words may experience release as well. We are mirrors, and every personal transformation contributes to healing the collective. Florence taught that the goal is not perfection, but awareness. Recognizing when you fall, and choosing again and again until the negative thought fades, and what once demanded effort becomes natural abundance as vibration, as reflection, as an inner state. If you have reached this point, you are ready for the next level. In the final section, you will learn the greatest secret Florence left as her legacy, the ultimate decree that allows you to live as a constant magnet for wealth, even in silence, even during sleep. This will be the decisive shift that permanently transforms your field of attraction. Florence Scovel Shinn firmly believed that a moment comes on the spiritual path when words are no longer needed to attract. Your energy itself becomes a living affirmation. Your silence carries more power than 1,000 words, and your presence alone draws blessings. This is the highest form of manifestation, when you no longer declare from lack or affirm from urgency, but simply exist in full coherence with abundance. How is this state reached? Florence called it living in a state of constant decree. It is not performance or pretense. It is integration. It is being. It is waking each morning with such sincere gratitude that the universe must respond. It is moving forward with certainty even when the path is unclear. It is seeing an empty account and feeling peace rather than fear, because you understand that money is not the source but the result. She taught that the final decree is the silent one, the decree that needs no words, no longer spoken aloud, but vibrating in every cell of your being. It is the moment when you have become wealth before receiving it, when your attitude, gaze, posture, and soul align with truth. Certainty naturally arises. My provision has already been released. I am already the one who receives. This state cannot be forced. It is cultivated. To reach this state, you must pass through each stage, learning to affirm, reversing thoughts, releasing resistance, recognizing signs, blessing money, and discovering your channel. This entire journey has led you here to the moment where you can close your eyes and inhabit your wealth, not from desire, but from certainty. Not from waiting, but from receiving. Florence taught that anyone who lives in a continuous state of decree becomes a magnetic field radiating confidence, calm, and wonder. Others are drawn toward them. Paths open and opportunities appear effortlessly, not through pursuit, but through vibrational alignment with divine order. At that point, you are no longer the seeker, but the one who is called, who becomes the answer and a living testimony. That testimony is not measured by bank numbers, though they may come, but by your inner state joy without reason, the smile you wake up with unshakable faith and generosity given even when misunderstood. Because you have already seen the invisible crossed the threshold and discovered the true secret, money arrives when you no longer need it to validate your worth. The moment has arrived to seal this process. Tonight, take a piece of paper and write the final decree as Florence used to end her rituals. I declare that I am one with divine abundance. Everything I need is revealed and granted to me at the perfect moment. I live in complete faith. I walk in love and receive with gratitude and joy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. When you finish, place the paper under your pillow. There is no need to repeat it. Resting upon it is enough. Let it work in silence. Allow the affirmation to resonate through the night, for while you sleep, something is settling, something is releasing, something is approaching, and when you awaken, reality will be different. If anything in this message resonated deeply within you, I invite you to leave one final comment as a lasting echo. I am already a living decree of abundance. This affirmation becomes your energetic signature, your closing seal, and your shared activation for what you are creating is not only wealth, but legacy, and what is approaching exceeds what you asked for. One of Florence Scovel Shinn's boldest revelations was this: wealth is not chased, it is recognized. Though brief, that sentence can undo years of limiting beliefs, because from childhood we were taught the opposite. Florence affirmed that money is not an external goal, but an intimate reflection of recognition. When you acknowledge your worth, the world mirrors it. When you accept that you already are abundance, money flows to you freely. This teaching often feels uncomfortable because it asks us to look inward, to release the habit of blaming the system, the economy, the country, or our upbringing, and to take responsibility as conscious creators. Florence stated it clearly: what you do not claim as yours can never appear in your life. To claim is not to demand. It is to recognize, accept, and inhabit, to state with firmness, I am a worthy expression of abundance. My existence alone is sufficient. This affirmation, spoken without pride or shame, is a spiritual act. It is your soul speaking to the universe: I am ready. I am clear. I am available. Imagine money appearing before you not as paper, but as a conscious presence that observes and listens. What does it perceive in you? Desire or rejection, fear or calm confidence or resistance? Florence taught viewing money as a friendly energy that approaches only when it senses it will be welcomed. When you project doubt, guilt, or self-sabotage, that energy does not resist it, simply withdraws. For this reason, she proposed a beautiful exercise each morning upon waking. Look into the mirror and firmly declare, I accept my abundance. I recognize my worth. Today, money flows to me with grace and joy. Do not say it mechanically or hurriedly. Say it like someone awakening to a new life, like one sealing a sacred pact with their true identity, because that simple act completely transforms your energy field. If you do this sincerely, you will begin to notice signs. People who once overlooked you now reach out. Opportunities that once felt irrelevant now resonate, and money that once seemed blocked begins to move. Not because the world changed, but because you did. Because you now recognize what you once sought from lack, and you have become someone who no longer begs, but attracts with certainty. Florence taught that wealth is like a clear mirror, reflecting exactly what you hold inside. If scarcity appears, it signals that unseen beliefs are still obscuring your vision. When you begin to notice opportunities, beauty, and signs, it is because your inner mirror has been purified. This purification does not come through physical effort, but through renewed thinking, healed emotions, and truthful words. Here is a fundamental question Florence often asked. Are you willing to let go of suffering to open yourself to prosperity? On the surface, it seems simple, yet deep within, many believe that life only has meaning if it is painful, that only sacrifice deserves reward, and that ease cannot be real. Spiritual abundance does not operate under that belief. It flows through gentleness, through surrender, rather than control, through joy, rather than guilt. So ask yourself, are you willing to allow joy? Pause for a moment. Now, place your hands over your heart. Close your eyes and say, I recognize myself as abundant even before proof appears. I already am. I already have. Let these words resonate in your chest. Repeat them as often as needed, because the more intentional you are, the faster the mind settles and the soul steps forward. If this message has touched your spirit, I invite you to seal it in the comments with an affirmation drawn from your inner strength. I recognize myself as worthy. I am wealth in motion. Write it as one who no longer hesitates, who does not beg, but claims the spiritual inheritance that already belongs to them. Stay with me, because in the next section, you will learn why money always follows the heart and how to turn your emotions into a divine compass for effortless abundance. Florence Scovel Shinn taught with complete certainty, money does not follow labor. Money follows the heart. That statement, though it may sound illogical to many, is one of the deepest spiritual principles, because abundance is driven not by hours, work credentials earned, or sheer effort, but by the quality of emotional alignment with what you do. When you place your heart into what you offer, the universe responds precisely. This is where many become confused. They work endlessly, take on heavy burdens, sacrifice health time and relationships, yet money still feels insufficient. Why does this occur? Because effort without soul leads to exhaustion, not prosperity. Action without joy becomes a chain. Florence taught that emotion is the life force of all manifestation. If that force carries frustration, it produces more frustration. But when filled with gratitude, passion, and inspiration, abundance becomes inevitable. Pause and reflect. How do you feel each day while doing what you do for money? Do you feel peace, joy, or are you simply surviving? This is not a minor question. It is a key, because your answer reveals your current vibrational state. If you want to change your outer reality, you must first reprogram your inner emotional state. This is not necessarily about changing careers, but about transforming the inner space from which you act. Florence taught that emotions are not barriers, but compasses. When something expands you, it shows direction. When something contracts you, it invites reassessment. It is no coincidence that when you do what you love, time fades, energy increases, and money flows. Because in loving service, you do not resist. You become a channel. Abundance always honors alignment. One practice Florence suggested was to observe the emotion behind each daily action related to money, such as paying bills or answering messages, and ask yourself, am I acting from fear or from choice? If you realize it comes from fear, shift the emotion immediately. Breathe, give thanks, and bless the action. By transforming the emotion, you also transform the outcome. When the universe senses joy in your actions, it multiplies the return. Another truth she often repeated was that the universe does not reward sacrifice, it rewards faith. Faith is not only spoken, it is expressed in how you feel when making decisions, how you speak to yourself during challenges, and how you handle little with the certainty that you already are much more. If today you have only one coin and bless it with joy, it becomes a seed. If you hold it with fear, it mirrors scarcity. The difference is not the amount, but the emotion you place upon it. If what you currently do for money does not inspire you, it does not mean you must abandon everything at once. It means you need to bring presence, intention, and love into what you do. By transforming your emotional state, you elevate your vibration. Often, with that single shift, what once felt like a burden becomes an unexpected channel of blessing, because abundance does not come from outside, it is ignited within. Florence also taught the practice of anticipatory joy, a spiritual method in which you choose to feel the emotion of having already received abundance before it appears. This is a profound act of faith, because even without seeing the money, you vibrate as if it were already present. The universe responds to that vibration without distinguishing between reality and imagination. Because within the quantum field, sustained emotion becomes creation. Ask yourself what emotion is most dominant in my manifestations. If it is fear, observe it without judgment, thank it for trying to protect you, and then consciously choose again. Choose gratitude. Choose joy. Choose trust. You did not come only to survive, you came to shine. When you honor your emotional truth, prosperity naturally moves closer. If these words awaken something within you, allow it to express itself in the comments. Write, my heart is my guide, and abundance walks with me in joy. Write it with devotion, like someone who no longer asks permission to flourish, knowing that emotion is their greatest treasure. Stay with me, because in the next section, you will discover how forgiveness becomes a hidden key that unlocks spiritual and material wealth. In Florence's lesser-known teachings, she revealed a misunderstood truth of manifestation prosperity withdraws, where resentment remains. She stated with certainty that holding onto offenses, even justified ones, is like attempting to plant flowers in poisoned ground. You may have perfect seeds, refined techniques, and ideal conditions, but if the soil is saturated with unresolved pain, nothing can fully grow, not even money. Resentment creates a rigid vibrational field. You may repeat countless affirmations, visualize light candles, or build vision boards. But if your heart still carries unresolved betrayal, injustice, or loss, that emotion becomes a silent barrier. Florence said that forgiveness is not a gift given to others, but a liberation you grant your own soul. She viewed forgiveness as a strategic act of financial freedom, because lasting abundance cannot be attracted while you remain emotionally bound to painful people or memories. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting or denying what occurred. It means releasing the vibrational weight so your hands are free to receive. Forgiveness creates space. Forgiveness opens channels. Forgiveness restores flow. Florence taught a practice that is simple yet deeply transformative. Visualize the person who caused the wound and repeat inwardly, "I release you and I release myself." All is well, even if emotions attempt to surface. With consistent practice, this phrase gradually dissolves anger into neutrality. From neutrality, love is born, and from love, abundance flows. Because money is love in movement, and it enters only where love is welcomed. Perhaps someone is coming to mind right now, a former partner, a family member, a boss, a friend, someone who left a deep mark on you. Florence did not ask you to justify what occurred, but to reclaim your power. As long as the wound remains alive, you allow another to influence your vibration, and you are meant to live free. Emotional freedom is an essential requirement for true abundance. Florence explained that resentment is like an invisible debt paid repeatedly without awareness. Forgiveness is the cancellation of that debt. It is the declaration, "I no longer owe pain anything." From the moment you declare this with faith, your vibrational field opens like a flower after rain, and abundance begins to appear in unexpected ways, as though it had been waiting for that release. Now practice the exercise Florence suggested. Write the name of the person you have not yet forgiven, and beneath it write, "I bless you with love. I release you from my energy and make space for the new in my life." Burn the paper if you feel guided, or place it on an altar. But do it with intention, because symbolic acts carry a spiritual force beyond logic. And perhaps the most difficult forgiveness is forgiving yourself for wrong choices, lost years, and missed opportunities. Florence was clear you cannot live in a bright future if you continue punishing yourself with the shadows of the past. Abundance recognizes only those who walk lightly, those who have learned to see themselves with compassion and have stopped condemning themselves for what they now understand. If this section touched a hidden wound, transform that pain into a gateway to abundance. Write in the comments with courage, "Today, I set myself free. I make room to receive. Tears or trembling do not matter." Write it and declare it, because this phrase can close a cycle of scarcity you may not have understood until now. Prepare yourself, because in the next section, you will discover why silence is a powerful state for attracting wealth and how to use it as a spiritual tool, as Florence taught. She regarded silence as the original language of the soul. In a world where voices are constantly raised, affirmations are repeated without presence, and anxiety masks itself as motivation. Florence proposed the opposite, cultivating silence to attract. Because silence contains power, direction, and wealth, a wealth measured not in numbers, but in clarity, not accumulated, but embodied. She taught that a noisy mind disrupts manifestation. You cannot receive divine guidance if your thoughts are overcrowded, nor can you perceive open paths if your vision is obscured by worry lists and comparison. Silence is not emptiness, it is vibration. In silence, the subconscious listens most clearly. Their previously planted affirmations germinate without resistance, and silence itself becomes a tool for attracting abundance. Florence taught ending each day with a moment of deep stillness, not guided meditation or music, but simply you with yourself. A moment in darkness where you surrender to the fertile void. She affirmed the universe does not shout. Its guidance comes as whispers, and only those who dare to be silent can hear them. Sometimes the urgency to manifest quickly is simply fear in disguise, and fear carries a low vibration. That is why Florence advised resting, releasing, embracing silence, and allowing what has been sown to settle. Practice this tonight. Turn off the lights, sit or lie down, and say inwardly, I am open to receive. I surrender to divine order. Then do nothing, do not repeat or think, simply breathe. Feel your body, listen to your heart, and allow silence to speak. If a thought arises, thank it and release it, because this practice is not about control, but about creating space for the unknown. Do you know why silence is so powerful? Because it is the vibration from which everything originated. Before words existed, there was silence. Before the universe, there was the pure quantum field. When you consciously enter silence, you return to the original state, the source where everything is possible, because silence does not repel abundance. It protects and holds it. Florence would write affirmations and then release them into silence. She did not revisit them obsessively. She planted them, blessed them, and surrendered, knowing that anxiety blocks what faith sets free. If you find yourself repeating affirmations anxiously, constantly searching for signs or demanding quick results, perhaps what you need is not more action, but deeper surrender. Not more words, but more silence. A deep mystery unfolds when you befriend silence. Intuition sharpens emotions, balance decisions, clarify, and almost unnoticed abundance begins to flow, as if the universe whispered, now you are ready. Now I can entrust this to you. Because wealth is not only quantity, it is energetic responsibility. Silence is where you demonstrate your capacity to hold what has not yet arrived. Take a moment now and write in the comments, in silence, I receive. In calm, I grow strong. This affirmation is a key. This is the vibrational closing of this section. If you wish, turn everything off tonight before sleep and remain in silence for at least 3 minutes without guidance or force. Simply remain and observe what unfolds in the days ahead. Stay, because in the next section, you will discover the final step Florence used to activate anticipatory gratitude, the highest state of attraction in her teachings, and how to integrate it into daily life. Florence Scovel Shinn maintained that a spiritual state exists that can move mountains, dissolve obstacles, and accelerate miracles. For her, anticipatory gratitude was not a reaction, but a deliberate strategy. It did not involve waiting for money to arrive before giving thanks, but staying in constant gratitude for what had not yet occurred, as if it were already real. Florence said this was the most powerful signal you could send to the universe. She affirmed what you give thanks for before receiving manifests more quickly, because gratitude in advance clearly declares, I trust. I already have it. I already am. That vibration, filled with certainty, becomes an irresistible magnet for unseen forces. You do not need to know how it will come. It is enough to give thanks as though it has already arrived. That joy without evidence completely transforms your energy field. Practice this now. Think of an amount of money you do not yet have, but wish to receive not as fantasy, but as a genuine possibility. Close your eyes, breathe, and repeat inwardly, thank you, thank you, thank you for this money already on its way. Thank you for the unexpected manner in which it arrived. Thank you for what it allows me to experience. Thank you for trusting me. Repeat it. If you can do so without mockery or doubt, you are already resonating in anticipatory gratitude. And if resistance arises, do not be concerned. It simply reveals layers that are still healing. Florence taught that the rational mind always demands proof. It seeks logic, figures, and facts, but the soul already knows. When you allow the soul to lead this process, faith gradually replaces calculation. And when that shift occurs, prosperity does not merely appear, it arrives with meaning, serenity, and expansion. Another principle she taught was to give thanks even for what did not unfold as you wished, because many refusals, rejections, and closed doors were actually protections, redirections, or concealed answers to deeper prayers. When you are able to offer gratitude even for painful experiences, you demonstrate that you are choosing trust over control. That level of vibrational maturity is what allows you to become a stable channel for abundant blessings. Florence recommended maintaining a spiritual journal of anticipatory gratitude. Each night before sleep, write 3 things you give thanks for as though they had already occurred. It does not matter if they are not yet visible. Create them sincerely from the heart. For example, thank you for the new income I received this week. Thank you for the message that changed my life. Thank you for the divine connection that opened a new path for me. Practice this for 21 days and observe what unfolds. Anticipatory gratitude is not illusion or self-deception. It is a reminder to the universe of who you are and what already belongs to you by divine right. Florence taught that everything meant for you already exists on the spiritual plane and waits only for a vibrational signal to become visible. That signal is gratitude. When you give thanks without evidence, you reveal trust in the unseen. And those who trust the invisible attract what once seemed impossible. Now reflect on a challenging financial situation you are facing. Breathe and for a moment, imagine it already resolved everything, unfolding better than expected with ease, speed, and surprise. How would you feel? What would you do? Who would you contact? How would you sleep tonight? That emotional state is already accessible to you. You only need to permit yourself to feel it now before it manifests. And if you have come this far and this message has resonated deeply, leave in the comments a phrase of power. Thank you for what is already arriving. Thank you for what I cannot yet see. Thank you for all that is coming. Write it with an open heart, not because it is visible, but because you already know it. Stay with me, because in the next section, we will explore the difference between abundance and accumulation, and you will understand why so many people block prosperity out of fear of losing what they have. Florence Scovel Shinn clearly distinguished between 2 ideas that many people confuse: abundance and accumulation. While society praises accumulation as a sign of success, more money, more possessions, more control. Florence taught that true abundance is not measured by ownership, but by what flows through you without fear. Abundance is expansion. Accumulation is a prison disguised as safety. She often said, anyone who fears loss has already lost, because the fear of letting go prevents the new from arriving. Many people, the moment they receive a bit more money, fall into a state of alarm. What if it disappears? What if it doesn't return? What if tomorrow there is nothing left? That frequency rooted in attachment disrupts the natural flow of wealth, because money thrives on movement, and when it is held with fear, it is pushed away energetically. Pause and reflect. How often have you felt guilt when spending even on something reasonable or necessary? How many times have you saved money not from clarity but from fear? Florence did not oppose saving itself, but she opposed saving that arises from fear disguised as caution. She taught that every expense made with love, calm, and trust becomes a multiplying seed, while any expense made in fear turns into an energetic debt. Abundance is a dance receiving with gratitude and releasing with grace. It is trusting that whatever you give returns multiplied. It is understanding that you are not your bank balance. You are the channel through which the infinite flows. That channel stays open only when you do not cling, when you do not define yourself by accumulation, but by what you allow to move and circulate. Florence shared a powerful practice to heal this fear. Whenever anxiety arises around using money, bless it before letting it go. Repeat silently. What I give returns to me multiplied 1,000-fold. Everything I release elevates me. I am in perfect balance within the flow of giving and receiving. That simple affirmation reshapes your inner state, soothes your nervous system, and activates a new internal pattern. You stop spending from fear and begin investing from faith. She also noted that excessive accumulation, particularly when driven by fear of scarcity, can become an unconscious form of self-sabotage. You start living with the mindset of don't touch, don't enjoy better, not move, and as a result, life becomes stagnant. Money, like all living things, requires air movement and direction. When it is locked away, it withers. When it is shared, it multiplies. Have you noticed that some people who possess much live with more fear than those who possess little? Florence taught that true wealth lies in using, enjoying, and blessing what you have without fear of loss, because you understand that the source is not your account, but your spirit, your vibration, and your relationship with the divine. And when that alignment is present, the universe does not allow you to fall. Perform a symbolic act today. Take a small sum of money, no matter how modest, and use it with sacred intention. Buy someone a coffee, make a donation, give a gift, or purchase something that reflects your own worth, but do so without fear. Do it as a decree: I do not cling. I flow. I trust. That act, no matter how simple it seems, can dissolve years of stagnant vibrational buildup. And if you sense that the moment has arrived to stop accumulating and start living in genuine abundance, write in the comments, "Money does not control me. I am a channel of living abundance." That affirmation is your key, your release from old patterns, and the beginning of your financial rebirth. Stay close, because in the next section, we will explore one of Florence's most challenging principles: how to turn loss into a catalyst for multiplication, and why many discover their true power only when they believe they have lost everything. Florence Scovel Shinn stated with a calm that defied logic, "When you lose something, it is because you are being prepared to receive something greater." Although this idea may feel incomprehensible to a wounded mind, it holds a spiritual principle capable of transforming entire lives. Loss is not punishment, it is preparation. When life removes something from you, it is not closing doors aimlessly. It is rearranging the stage for what your soul has requested, even if your ego does not yet understand it. Florence witnessed repeatedly how people who lost jobs, homes, relationships, or businesses fell into despair so deep that they blocked the gift already approaching them. Loss creates the illusion of emptiness, but for those who understand spiritual laws, emptiness is pure fertility. The universe never leaves space without purpose. Every void that opens is in truth an invitation. Now think of something you lost that still causes pain, perhaps a friendship, money, or an opportunity that once felt irreplaceable. Allow yourself to feel it briefly without avoidance or denial, simply observing. Florence used to say, The reason something causes pain is because you still believe it was your only source, yet the true source is invisible. When you reconnect with it, you understand that nothing meant for you can ever be taken away, and that whatever was removed was preparing you for the next stage. She proposed a simple mental reprogramming. Every time you recall something you lost, immediately affirm, "Something greater is coming in its place." That phrase functions as a decree of divine substitution. It does not deny the pain, but it prevents that pain from crystallizing into chronic scarcity. It keeps the mind from falling into defense fear and the need to control. When you lose and fall into despair, the universe perceives that you are not yet ready. But when you lose and still give thanks, all of heaven aligns in your favor. Florence shared stories of people who were displaced by life only to be guided to situations far more aligned with their truth. One woman who had lost everything wrote in her diary, even in the midst of despair, "Although there is nothing I know, divine provision is on its way." The very next day, a forgotten inheritance was revealed. Coincidence? No resonance. The universe does not respond to what was lost, but to the vibration with which you respond to loss. She taught a transformative practice. Whenever you reflect on something you have lost, bless it aloud. Yes, even if pain is present, say, "I bless you, I thank you, I let you go." You create space for what is new. By doing this, you activate the law of divine substitution and declare, "I do not hold on." You are affirming that you trust God's plan more than your need to understand everything immediately. This is spiritual maturity, and such maturity draws financial miracles towards you. How often have you lost something and only understood its purpose years later? How many times did what appeared to be collapse later reveal itself as liberation? Florence taught not to wait years for understanding, but to trust in the very moment of loss without resistance and without closing the heart. Because the universe never removes anything without the intention to multiply, yet it multiplies only for those who remain open-hearted. So today, I invite you to face that loss that still hurts, the one you cannot speak of without feeling yourself contract. Breathe and declare, "I transform this loss into a doorway. I accept that it prepared me for something better. I receive the new with humility and faith." Repeat it until your tears cleanse and your breath returns to balance, because in that moment, something is released. And if you feel this message speaks directly to your situation, write in the comments, "My loss transforms into provision. I am ready for the new." That affirmation marks the start of your next cycle. Not because everything is clear, but because you chose trust before comprehension. Stay with me, because in the next section, you will discover why Florence affirmed that humor is one of the most overlooked tools for attracting prosperity, and how laughter opens doors that tension never could. Florence Scovel Shinn, with her clear spiritual mind and deeply divine soul, surprised her students with an unexpected affirmation. Good humor acts like a magnet for abundance. Among countless practices, affirmations, and decrees, she reminded people that what we often need is not more effort, but greater gentleness. A tense mind invites blockage, while a mind that can laugh naturally invites flow. For Florence, laughter was a spiritual discipline, a tool for vibrational alignment. A genuine laugh dissolves inner barriers, softens fear, relaxes the body, opens the heart, and above all, reconnects us to the frequency of joy, the same frequency through which money flows naturally. because joy is the quiet proof that we already trust that all is well. She taught that even before visible evidence appears, if you are able to laugh even in times of lack, you have already stopped vibrating in scarcity. This is not laughter used to escape pain, but laughter born from trust in the unseen. It is to observe life as if watching a play unfold, trusting that in the end everything will find its meaning. A light, almost playful inner state becomes a shield against despair, a key that opens the doors to natural abundance. How often have you noticed that when you relax and laugh at yourself, favorable events begin to unfold? A client reappears, an obstacle resolves itself, a helpful coincidence emerges. Florence taught that rigidity keeps doors shut, while laughter opens them, because it is a clear sign of surrender, trust, and faith in action. And the universe gladly collaborates with those who cultivate a calm faith, not blind, but serene and grounded. That is why she suggested an unusual practice whenever a financial situation feels absurd, unfair, or unsustainable. Allow yourself to laugh. Yes, even if the laughter is forced, nervous, or mixed with tears, say, "Ah, universe, that's amusing." This shift in vibration interrupts the panic cycle and replaces tension with space, and wherever space appears, solutions find a way to enter. Florence reminded her students that the most magnetically prosperous people she had encountered shared one trait: they knew how to laugh at their own story, not because life was easy, but because they refused to remain trapped in victimhood. They smiled when facing mistakes, missteps, and unexpected turns. That laughter was not denial, but transcendence, a higher way of declaring, "I am greater than this moment." And money, as a sensitive energy, moves more readily toward those who vibrate this way, because it senses it will be welcomed. They're neither feared nor resented, but celebrated, used joyfully, and set into motion with ease. For Florence, money loved to remain where laughter exists, because where there is laughter, there is trust, and where trust exists, abundance naturally blossoms. If your days have been shaped by rigidity, heavy seriousness, and constant tension, perhaps this is your turning point. Perhaps what is missing is not another technique, but a genuine laugh, a moment of relief, a surrender to lightness, because in the space, laughter creates miracles. Arrive smiling. Today, I propose something different. Write in the comments a phrase that makes you laugh, even if no one else understands it. It may be a nickname, a memory, or a phrase you repeat when everything seems to go wrong. And add, "I choose laughter, and money follows me with a smile." Turn this into a ritual, a release, a return to the lightness you may have forgotten you are worthy of. Stay attentive, because in the final section of this path, you will see how Florence unified all these principles into one state of being, living each day as a magnet for invisible wealth. Florence did not want her students to simply memorize phrases. She wanted them to embody the affirmation itself. After teaching faith, the spoken word, silence, forgiveness, the personal channel humor, and gratitude, she wove all these elements into a single conclusion. To live in a constant state of magnetism where there is no longer a need to try to manifest, because you have become the manifestation. This state does not arise by accident or blind effort, but is the result of a quiet, daily spiritual practice grounded in the heart. Florence used to say that when everything within you aligns with the truth of abundance, you become a constant signal for the universe to deliver what is yours. By right through synchronicity, worthiness, and vibrational identity. And then she would ask, how can one remain in this state within a world full of bills, pressures, chaos, and uncertainty? Florence taught that the secret lies in remaining within your inner fortress. The world may fall apart around you, but within you, stability endures. That steadiness is not rigidity. It is trust, calm, and the certainty that nothing external can undo what has already awakened inside you. She would say that the true magnet for money is not the one who loudly repeats affirmations, but the one who walks with spiritual posture, the one who enters a space and naturally transforms its atmosphere, the one who treats a single coin with the same reverence as a great fortune, the one who offers gratitude before, during, and after. It is not the one who begs fears or attempts to control, but the one who simply vibrates in alignment. And the universe, faced with such coherence, responds as an unavoidable reflection. Would you like to live this way? Then it is time to turn all your knowledge into a permanent way of being. Florence called this moment the turning point, the moment when you stop merely studying abundance and begin to breathe it. Sense it in every action, recognize it in every sign, and above all, carry yourself as someone who already lives in it, even if the world suggests otherwise. She proposed a final exercise upon waking. Before rising from bed, place one hand over your heart and say, "Today, I am a living magnet for divine provision. Everything I need has already been released. I simply receive." Repeat this with closed eyes, calmly and with firm conviction. Then rise as someone who has already been chosen, already answered, and already serves as a channel. Throughout the day, remain a quiet observer. View people's situations and challenges as pieces on a board arranging themselves in your favor. Do not react in despair, respond in faith. Walk calmly, breathe deeply, smile without reason, and whenever you recall that something has not yet arrived, respond inwardly. But it is already coming. It is already on its way. This way of living belongs to those who seek magic, truth, coherence, and presence. For those who understand that true wealth does not begin in a bank account, but in the heart. From there, it expands like light, reaching all things, touching everyone, and healing even what money can never reach. If this final passage resonates with you, I invite you to leave in the comments a final phrase, a closing affirmation, a spiritual signature. Write, "I am the magnet, I am the channel, I am abundance." Write it as one who needs to convince no one who has nothing to prove, and who has already understood and chosen to live in harmony with this truth. Because from this moment forward, you no longer attempt to attract money, you allow it to come to you. At this stage, it is no longer about memorizing affirmations or repeating decrees mechanically. What we have traveled together is an inner passage, a journey of remembrance. You are no longer where you started. Something within you has shifted like a piece that, after years forgotten in a box, finally finds its place. The words of Florence Shinn were not simply spiritual ideas, but mirrors, and each section functioned like a silent key opening doors you may not have known were closed. You have not only understood, you have felt silence as prayer, forgiveness as freedom, gratitude before evidence, laughter, as a gateway loss, as preparation, and money as a living consciousness responding to your inner condition. None of these ideas are new, but when they align in order with openness, they stop being simple teachings and become a calling. What we call the law of attraction is not about creating what you want, but about remembering who you are and living from that truth. Perhaps you will never view money in the same way again. Perhaps now you will see it as both a reflection and a symbol. Perhaps you will realize that your frequency is worth more than your bank balance, and that the ability to smile amid uncertainty is more powerful than any plan. Those who live in spiritual coherence with their beliefs do not beg for miracles, they occur naturally as a consequence. So, before we finish, take a deep breath and look at your life, not at what is lacking, but at what is already flowing. Notice what is already flowing. Recognize how much has already been released simply because you moved through these words with an open heart. Then ask yourself with sincerity and courage, what if I am already the answer I have been searching for all this time? Perhaps you need nothing more, only to choose to live as someone who has already received. If this message touched something inside you, if at any point you felt you were hearing exactly what you needed, hold it in your heart. Like it, share it, and write in the comments what was awakened within you. Subscribe and continue walking with us, because this space is not about effortless promises, but about remembering together what the soul already knows, even when the mind tries to forget.